Hey everyone, welcome back to the 5th episode of the Recap Room. Today we're kind of gonna get into some current events that have been happening in Chicago recently that are some hot topics that I may have some emotional tie to.
Ooh.
Some of them.
Gordy has emotional ties to all the topics.
Every single one of them.
And me. So I think we're all going to have some emotion tied to these.
I think there's a lot of speculation on a lot of the stuff going on right now, but we're going to focus on a couple.
There's exciting ones. There's sad ones.
Yeah.
There's
Can
really
we start
sad
off
ones.
with let's start off with how our weeks have gone. How was your week?
Week was good. I haven't even talked about this on the podcast, but I'm training for a boxing match. I'm fighting in a charity boxing match on May 16th at the Park West in Lincoln Park, the Chicago Real Estate Rumble. I honestly can't even believe I'm doing it still. It's like so far out of my comfort zone, but I've been training for a few months now. I found out my opponent on Wednesday.
Jake Paul.
I'm fighting Logan Paul. So I'm fighting a guy who's an electrician, which is a little odd for the real estate
Thunder?
rumble.
Lightning.
That's what he did at the event, and he was like, "This is thunder and this is lightning." So, whatever. He's ready. He's ready. He's just got to know that I'm ready too.
We should drop a link for tickets though.
Yeah, I'll be posting about it all over.
I'll be at the fight. I'll be going crazy
For a good cause.
Yes.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
also
match.
a little frightened if you're gonna get hurt or not.
Yeah, I'm like, it's such a roller coaster of emotions. Like for the longest time, like I'm confident in my training because I know I have been taking it pretty serious.
Oh, yeah.
But like I also have never fought before,
But he's never fought before either.
Well, he says he hasn't.
It's
but
like you're training for the freaking Olympics.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm training.
You're going hard.
He has like 35,000 steps a day.
Yeah, I'm going crazy.
Like the amount of calories that you burn from the workouts that you do, and then eating. I've never seen somebody
It's like
eat
Rocky.
healthier.
It's like Rocky. You're literally like the Rocky.
Yeah,
movies.
Literally.
Get
It's
the
great.
statue up and you'd be like,
Yo,
ripped
right now.
Yeah, because to me it's like I'm not gonna. Why would I do something if I'm not gonna do it full out?
Yeah,
and I don't want to
that.
get hurt, so I'd rather overtrain, quote unquote, overtrain, not like physically to the point of exhaustion where I can't function, but like train more than I think I need.
Yeah.
So then when I get there, I'm not like, I can at least defend myself, worst comes to worst, but I'm going to go in there and give it my all. And we're raising money. At the end of the day, it's not even about me. It's about
charity.
charities. We're raising money for the Mercy Homes for boys and girls, which is for underprivileged youth. I think just here in Chicago is where it's based out of for sure. I don't know if it's all around the country.
Are you going to match?
And then, am I going to match what?
Their donations?
Well, I mean,
I'll match. Are you going to match? I'll match if you match.
Right now, the donation page, I don't even know what it's at because a lot of the money that is being raised is through the ticket funds.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how much,
All right.
and I don't get notified when people like sign up through my link. So I don't know how many people are showing up. I know Gordy's going to be there. I think Sasha's going to be there.
crazy.
I told my mother not to be there.
Yeah, that's probably.
And then the second charity I want to bring up is Gigi's Playhouse, which is for families that have kids with Down syndrome. So like two just amazing charities. Like at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not even about me or the guy I'm fighting or anything like that. So,
But it'll still be entertaining.
It'll be fun.
It'll be entertaining and fun. We'll see. I think I'll be able to say.
Fun.
I think
we're gonna have
a lot of fun.
So much fun.
I actually think like I might lose my voice. I may get arrested. I have no idea. We'll see what happens.
I hope you get arrested.
I'm so excited. I'm coming in with a sign.
Listen, I'm gonna feed off the energy. So
Let's go.
I'm gonna need a hype crew. That's for sure.
I'm in. I'm gonna go crazy.
I'll make sure to take some videos.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. How was your week?
My week was good. I mean, guys, did anybody watch the draft on Thursday? My week was great.
I watched a little bit of the draft with you. How do you think the Bears draft went?
I could just show you how it went.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
yeah. This is a
go.
big.
I can't.
I'm so in on Caleb Williams. I told you guys, I think it was episode 2 or 1. One of the episodes, we can go back. I said I would get a pink phone case or paint my nails for Caleb Williams. I haven't painted my nails yet. Maybe during week 1 I will. But I did get the pink phone case.
He did.
I'm so excited. I'll keep it right here.
None of us
Can
knew
one
this.
guy really make that big of a difference? It's a team sport.
As Gordy, this is out of my area.
He can
of
make the biggest
expertise.
difference. He's easily could be the next Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, whoever, Patrick Mahomes. He's the best QB I've ever seen coming out of college.
Well,
Besides,
it's a team sport. You're only as good as your weakest
I
player.
haven't been this
mentality.
excited.
I love that mentality,
What?
Sasha. Yeah, you're only as good as your weakest link. So what happens?
No. I haven't been, but I will say, like, I haven't been this excited since Justin Fields, and also since Mitch Trubisky. So I am really excited. But yeah, I mean,
You're used to being let down.
oh my God.
But it's okay. But that's good.
Pain is numb at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel.
You remember
nothing.
freshman year when we lived together?
Yeah,
I would
when you almost probably put a hole through the TV screen a half dozen times at least.
Oh God.
It was a great season. 2018 was a great season, but we had the double doink, so that was like, that was heartbreaking.
Oh my God.
That took years off my life.
Yeah, I watched it happen. Your hair.
But
was
Thursday
like,
was awesome. I mean, we got Caleb Williams. I'm so ready. And then we got Romo Odunzi. Oof, I might have mispronounced his
It's
name.
okay. It's okay. It's
I'm
fine.
learning. We're not in training camp yet.
But yeah, by the time the season starts, you will have that name on lock. I promise.
I'm
and,
excited.
and the other 100 people on the freaking roster, however many.
Yeah.
53-man roster.
Okay, you will know every single person on the 53-man roster. You probably know 50 of them.
I know a lot of them. I know too much. Football has become.
I've never gone to a football game.
Oh, that's really sad.
Oh.
Gordy will take you.
Yeah, we can go to a game. I love going to Soldier Fields, but we could. Should we start with that?
Yeah,
let's
well,
start with
let's
it.
All right.
Sasha talk about her week first.
Yeah,
there. It's okay.
Let's not forget
I got a
that
little
I'm
too
still
excited about
here.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sasha.
You
She's
know
our
what?
Caleb
I'm
Williams.
gonna just leave. I'm just kidding.
No. You're our Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that's right. I know. I'm the best player. Anyway, moving on from that. Jeez, he's never gonna shut up about it.
Never.
But my week was great. Nothing really crazy happened except for the current event that I'm gonna name first. Probably one of the saddest moments. In my life.
this was big impactful for you. Yeah.
I am an avid coffee drinker and definitely spend money on unnecessary produce and products. So, like Dom's and Foxtrot. When I'm not in the office, I go work at Foxtrot. And like when I don't need to grocery shop there, but I do because it's awesome.
Yeah,
and I go to Dom's like frequently. At least like I'm there like 3 times a week, at Foxtrot at least like every other day.
Yeah.
Like I'm your best customer.
Why
okay?
why did you like it there so much specifically, those two stores?
Just a great vibe.
It was
like
a
when
vibe.
I don't like to work from home. Just not good at it, honestly.
Yeah.
So I always, if I'm not in the office, I'll go to a coffee shop or I'll go somewhere and I'll go work. Well, Starbucks is fine, but like it's a little busy and crowded and loud in Starbucks. So
Yeah, and the
I like
music
to go,
there sounds like you're at a rave.
Literally, I can't talk on the phone.
You ever
or
take a
anything.
call in a Starbucks?
Oh my God.
It's the worst
Yeah,
thing ever. You call it,
yes.
they're like, oh, where are you right
Yeah.
now? Are you at a club?
Yeah. So I go to Foxtrot because
Yeah.
it's a little bit more chill, a lot easier to work there, and they got snackies.
Yeah, snackies. That obviously I thought were expensive.
They are expensive.
We're not expensive enough, evidently, because the
They're
place
dead.
is
So they're just completely
it's
dead.
Okay, so if for those of you that don't know, this past Tuesday or something, within like a good 30 minutes, all Foxtrots and Doms just shut down completely and closed.
Oof.
None of the workers knew, which was crazy. Like I was
Yeah.
there that morning
Yeah, that was a
getting
crazy
coffee.
day.
What's weird is I went to Foxtrot for the first time ever last week, and I was saying to myself, I will never go back there because I spent $12.50 on a coconut water. And then this news came about. I'm like, well, the decision's been made for me. I don't even have the option if I wanted to go back to Foxtrot because they no longer are in existence.
Yeah,
It's
It's
crazy, though.
crazy. They have like prime real estate in Chicago too.
They had stores all over. They were expanding. I mean, everything that I think to anybody's naked eye, they would look at those two companies that then merged, I think
Say
a
that
few
they're
months
thriving.
ago, and be like, yeah, these companies are doing great. They're expanding. And then to be closing that quickly out of left field with nobody knowing, something's now this
Yeah,
is,
I wonder if there's gonna be like a lawsuit.
now this is where I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think like the reason is? Complete speculation because nobody knows.
I
So
think it was
want-
Foxtrot.
I think it was Foxtrot.
There was a merger less than 6 months ago between
Okay.
the two. Dom's is brand new. Not brand new. They're like 2 years old or 3 years old or whatever. But have been doing amazing. We're about to open 2 more locations, one in River North, one in Vernon Hills. And if anybody's ever been there, like it's always packed, no matter what time of the day it is.
Yeah.
So, like from outside looking in, they look like they're thriving and doing incredible.
Yeah.
Then they merge with Foxtrot.
And this.
And
all of a
then
sudden, it's
less
like
than 6 months later, they're all done.
The Fox wasn't dropped.
the Fox.
No.
The Fox was wounded.
They weren't showing the car.
The Fox was wounded,
Like
and now the
maybe
Fox
they
is
were
dead.
like lying about their finances.
Dang. this could
100% lying about their finances for sure.
You know what, Gordy? We're sending you back to law school, and then you can sue on behalf of Doms, and then make
I'm
us
so
a bet.
sad about this.
Dude, I would.
I know Sasha was really upset about it. Like, it ruined her day. It ruined.
Yeah, that was
a lot
that,
of her day.
I mean, that sucks for the people that literally just found out that morning when they got it on their shift. They're like, hey, guess what? Like,
Yeah, that's awful.
we're done.
That's
We're
awful.
like, you got to find a new job.
Yeah.
What I'm so confused about though is like that morning that I was in there, like Dom's makes a lot of like not pre-made food, but like ready to
That was
eat
gonna be my next
food.
question.
And they were still cooking it. They were putting it out. Like I think I was there at like 8 a.m. So they were just putting all the food out.
Yeah.
They were still cooking. They were prepping like the pizzas and all that stuff. And they kicked everybody out, including the workers. So is the food and stuff just sitting there still?
Yeah. I mean, I was walking by the Foxtrot in Wrigley yesterday.
Yeah.
There's all the stuff there. There's all these protein bars. I'm like, is anybody gonna eat that? Because
I'll take that. They should just like.
They should do a big sale.
Yeah, like,
come on.
Yeah.
50% or whatever, 100,
I'd
80%
swear.
off.
yeah, 100% off. That's what they should do. 100%. Just give it away for free. I mean, at this point, what difference
they're
does it
dead.
make?
They're literally dead.
Yeah.
Cue the Dust in the Wind music.
It said like
Yep.
100 million.
So we're
dead.
gonna have a moment of silence for Doms
Yeah.
and Foxtrot.
I'm so upset. Oh, God, I don't even want to talk
It's
about it.
it's a moment
It's
of
so
silence.
emotional.
It's a moment of silence. Thank you.
But you know what will make you feel better? Caleb Williams is a bear. I mean, that's
that's enough moment of silence, but that was not very long. That was like a solid second.
But
I can tell you don't care that much about it.
Wow.
Well, I'm talking about to Gordy. Sasha cares. Sasha's deeply rooted by
I
this.
care about
I
the
do.
people losing their jobs. I think that
Yeah.
completely sucks.
Yeah, that's what
That
really-
sucks.
Yeah.
No one should ever have to like find out that day like they basically got
That's
fired
illegal.
for nothing.
Also.
Well,
Is it? Well,
yes,
I think
you
if they
can't
if
like
they,
lay off your
Yeah,
workers.
There might be a huge investigation going
if they declare
on.
bankruptcy, though, I'm
Yeah.
sure
No,
there's.
I think that you have to legally give 60-day notice.
Yeah, but if you declare bankruptcy like that, there's
Also, there's probably, like, some crazy investigation
Like,
for
yeah,
this.
if you were just like, all right, we're done, that's one thing.
It was
but-
literally like within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, we're done.
It's like
Everybody
the South,
get
it's
out.
like, it's like the South Park skit. Your money, it's gone. It's here. No, it's gone.
It's gone.
And that's literally what happened. Their money is gone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
R.I.P. to Foxtrot and Doms.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
We'll definitely miss you here in Chicago, but I'm excited to see what will take their spot. That
I
means there's a
feel
room
like-
in the market for something else. So somebody's got a good
I'm
concept.
hoping it comes back still.
You're holding
Holding
out.
Guys,
There's definitely a room in
What
the
can I
market.
do?
Oh, you know what they should put there? Long John Silver's, Baskin Robbins.
No, I think this is nature's way of saying that we need to get back to middle America.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
just straight
Yes.
Chili's,
Yep.
Applebee's, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Long John Silver's, Taco Bell. That's it. Because all these little foofy things,
They don't last.
I love
They don't
the
last.
movie things.
Yeah, but then you have
They
to
don't
pay
last.
$12 for coconut water.
Yeah.
and
No,
nobody can
it's like a
afford it.
$25
Who's
turkey
getting
sandwich.
coconut water?
That was me. That's why I keep bringing it up because I'm the idiot who paid $12 for coconut.
They have like
water.
$25 sandwiches there. I don't know if they're $25.
They're not $25.
Well, now they're
first of
free.
all.
You just go.
Yeah, you get them.
You
It's the
just
same
break
as
in.
like I would go to Dom's and like get like a bowl. Like they get like you can get like a.
Do you know I
nice
got lost
bowl.
in there one time?
You got lost in Dom's Market.
Yeah, I was like I could not figure out like where to get
So
out.
sorry. It is small. It's not a big grocery
Yeah,
store.
not at all. Like I
Yeah,
guess-
but it's like you don't understand. Like my height, how
What-
high it is
what
up there.
Are you flying to get in and out of
No,
the
but I'm like
building?
I was trying to find the bathroom and I'm like okay, I'm going the wrong way. Like
is-
usually it's at the back of the store and I couldn't find it and then I was like there's a lot of people and I was scared. Like it's like when you're a kid and you get like lost in the store and you're like can you help me find my mom? And then they're like we're looking for Gordy's mom on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt.
Well,
That's definitely happened to you
That's-
as a kid.
100+ times as a kid.
that's terrifying.
Only
that
only
happened
as
at-
strong as our weakest
But
link.
that's terrifying that happened at a Dom's. Now, like I can see maybe at like a Costco.
Walmart too. Those because the aisles are
even,
so tall.
even Walmart you can kind of understand, but like Dom's
can't
is, or was. Small.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
There's no signs that say exit. Like it just like come in and
Dude.
never leave.
Oh my gosh, dude! Oh,
I'm just
it makes
saying.
my brain hurt. I don't
Well,
know
should we do some happy news? I've got happy news.
What's your happy news?
They have new renderings for Soldier Field.
Yeah.
This
I
is
saw
very
that.
exciting.
Okay, isn't this like the third time that they've put something
Yes,
out?
but
Okay.
this is better because they're not like trying to build a stadium within those stupid pillars. Sorry, City of Chicago, but they're very annoying.
What pillars are you talking about?
Yeah,
To people that don't know.
Soldier Field's technically a monument, so you can't knock it down.
Yep.
And the
know
McCaskies
that.
don't own Soldier Field; they rent it. So it's become like this huge issue, and there's like 10 or 8 years left in their lease. So then they bought the land in Arlington, the racetrack.
Yep.
Arlington racetrack, and they were kind of like baiting them, or threatening them. We're gonna build a stadium out here if you guys don't figure your part out. They did. They built a sweet rendering of a new stadium. It's like
I saw it, but it like doesn't make sense to me, honestly.
it looks so cool, and then you're like, wait, where do we park? Because there's literally no parking.
That's the worst part about Soldier Field.
There's no parking in this
Well,
one.
yeah.
I've been to Soldier Field, not for football, but
What were you there for?
Concerts, right.
One Direction.
Oh, lovely.
Right.
Yeah. Go figure.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But why do you think that you think it's a better play for them to be doing this out in the city than out in the suburbs? Because there were like,
I don't know.
I would say there was a split. I heard people pro and anti on both sides. People were super cool and wanted the suburbs. People didn't, and then they wanted.
I'm a big suburb guy.
Yeah, so you think it's
I
a
think
suburb?
it's got to be in the city.
I know, but it's like the suburbs make so much sense. Like
Yeah, I know,
that land is
but-
massive. There's so much land there and so much parking. And it's
Yeah,
in
but
Arlington
you're
Heights. You have
going
the
to see
train station.
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, but we could be the Arlington Heights Bears. I'm cool with that.
They would not change their name.
No,
if
but
they
like-
were
Well, like the
Arlington.
part,
There's other
a
sports
big
teams
part
that do
of, like,
this.
going to the game is like, like it's touristy.
I agree, but other teams have done this. Like the Atlanta Braves moved outside of Atlanta. They're in
Yeah.
a suburb now, and the stadium is wonderful. And
I
like
didn't even know Atlanta had a football team.
this is a baseball team, actually.
Shows how much she knows.
Oh my God, I can't. You know what? I can't.
But that's why we have you here, because you're our go-to sports guy.
the only baseball she's ever seen is like High School Musical, like
Yeah.
2 when they're like singing and.
Singing.
Yep.
What is the song?
So she knew exactly what you were talking about
Yeah.
too.
Of course she knew. Right when I said High School Musical, she's like, yeah, but it's a song, and they swing like a little stick, and they throw like this ball around.
I have gone to Cubs games and a Sox game.
Oh.
Yeah, the Sox are
I have never
horrific.
watched it.
horrendous. 3-22 right now.
Yeah,
the
they're
White
horrible.
Sox.
They just
I thought
swept.
They were better than the Cubs.
No.
No.
I don't know anything. I can't do it. I
know
go to the game.
very little, and I know enough to know that the White Sox are terrible, and their record is 3-22.
They're
as of
horrible.
today.
They are
I
horrible.
do like hockey, however.
Yeah.
Hockey's fun.
That's so fun to watch. They're like the most hyped games.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
I get what's going on. Like
Playoff
football, I'm
hockey
like,
is
what
amazing.
the actual
Yeah,
hell is
it's
going
unreal
on?
right now.
Like actually so fun.
But I think with the Bears like stadium, I personally think that it's gonna stay for sure in the city. I think that,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
agree.
I think it's for
Totally.
sure. Now that this rendering's out, I think they're full speed ahead. It's a genius play. Okay? Think about what they did. They used Arlington Heights as kind of like a baiting tactic. People thought that was like a done deal because they bought the land,
was
they
definitely
knocked it
in.
down. They're
I was
like,
all in on
it's
it.
going to happen
Yeah.
now. But what's the downside to them? Now they bought the land. It's great land.
sure.
From a real estate perspective, that's great real estate
It's like
to buy.
230
It's not gonna
acres
go-
of land. It's
yeah,
insane.
Prime real estate. Right
I don't
by
and
the
they got
highway.
it for like a
Why did
crazy
the
price.
racetrack
Yeah.
shut down?
So I don't know exactly the reasons why the racetrack shut down.
It was kind of dying a little, and so the guy who owned the racetrack also started Rivers Casino, and
Did?
or he was an investor.
I didn't know
Winston
that.
Churchill, whatever, or Winston.
That's if that is 1,000% staying in the podcast.
Delete that out of there.
You heard it here
What is his
first.
name? What is his
Winston
name?
Churchill is an investor in Rivers Casino and an investor in Arlington Racetrack. He's a man of many talents. He's done a lot in his lifetime.
Winston.
I don't know what his name is.
No, it's something. Oh no, he's got a
You
name.
said that?
It's because you're
Way
thinking
too
Churchill. It's because you're
confident.
thinking of Churchill Downs.
Yeah,
So it's something Churchill.
Yeah, that's why
it's
he's
Churchill
thinking it.
something,
But it ain't Winston. I don't.
It's not
think.
Winston, but there are Winston Churchill cigars. If that helps.
That's
getting out of the podcast
No,
for
that's
sure.
1,000% staying in the podcast and getting.
Okay,
clipped
but
and
that
getting
racetrack,
That
but
is
whatever,
just
the
one
guy
of
who
the
started
many
that.
things Gordy says on the daily that just make zero sense. So.
And
I mean,
we need a camera following you around at all
Like
times.
actually,
No,
like you
no.
say. Also, to anybody that doesn't really like know Gordy, he like says his thoughts aloud.
it helps me
Like
think.
he doesn't ever shut up.
Yep.
My brain moves so
And I'm like,
fast.
who are you talking to? And he's like, you don't even notice it.
I'm talking to myself.
You are talking to yourself.
I love myself.
Yeah.
No,
you do. You do.
It's a good thing.
Listen, to me, I think it's great because if it makes you more productive, then and makes you happier, then makes me happier at the end of the day.
That's right.
Now I can't get Winston Churchill out of my head. I'm really stuck on it.
Dude, who cares? We all make
No, but like now I'm thinking of him like he was pretty cool.
This is like that thing.
But
that's like that thing when like how often do you guys think about the Roman Empire?
Roman Empire.
dude,
Do
that's
you?
crazy because I was just thinking about it.
Do I think about
Do
the
you
Roman
actually
Empire?
think about this?
No, you don't.
No.
No, the fact that you hesitated there was insane.
No, but Sasha, think about it.
No.
Before we started recording, I was doing a whole line from a movie called Gladiator.
That's true. That's true. Gordy, I wouldn't say like I think about like specifically the Roman Empire because I know this is like this was a big topic a few months ago, but like I think about like the past and like history a lot, like old like when men were like gladiator,
Like Gladiator,
like,
or like
things
when men
that.
were like Neanderthals, were like.
I mean, I think we still kind of are. To be in a lot of ways. If you saw the way I lived at my apartment, you would
You guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I live like I'm not a Neanderthal. I kind of live like I'm Amish.
Technically, though,
I have no Wi-Fi,
That's
no
crazy.
TV.
You don't?
I can't believe you don't have internet. I mean, so you just.
I live off the land. I
He lives off of the public Xfinity
Why?
Wi-Fi.
I like to live off the land, and then when I go to the grocery store, I only go like I don't buy stuff for the entire week. I just buy specifically what I need for like that day.
I do that too.
Yeah,
I don't like to plan my meals in advance.
Yeah, and then I end up because if I do, then I end up wasting it. I'm like, what am I gonna do with
then
this?
I don't want it anymore.
Well, then I have like a whole onion, and I use half of it. I'm like, well, what am I gonna do with the other half onion? I'm not gonna eat it like an apple. I mean, I might, but okay. Next topic, because nobody wants to hear about that, is I think the last current event we'll talk about.
Yes,
And this is
a
a little more serious. It's the National Association of Realtors lawsuit that is in the process of being settled right now. It's been in the news a lot. I've done a lot of research on it and been reading up on it a decent amount.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much as some real estate agents and professionals have, but the basic gist of it is up until this point, the way real estate commissions were handled were if you take a listing. So say I'm the listing agent. I go to, hey, Mr. Seller, I will list your property. And the fee that I'm charging was always negotiable. But prior to this lawsuit, after this lawsuit, always negotiable. And I'd say, all right, for example, I'll list this property. My rate's going to be 5%. And now what you would do is you would take that 5% and you would let your client know that, if another agent that's representing a buyer brings a client to you, you will split that commission. And to this point, all you needed to list in the MLS once you go and list the property and put it on the market was that you would at least give $1 as cooperating commission to the other broker. Now that didn't really ever happen because $1 nobody would really ever end up going to see the property. Mm-hmm. So the typical range that it would always go is that 2.5% would go to the buyer's agent and the rest would go to listing agent. Well, now that created in the law's mind now, a conflict of interest, right? Like why should the sellers be paying the buyer's agent commission? Mm-hmm. So after these lawsuits kind of were going through the process in the courts for a while and there was a bunch of copycat lawsuits, they finally came to a settlement. And the biggest change that comes out of this settlement now for the industry is that sellers will no longer be able to advertise, or listing agents, I should say, be able to advertise a buyer's agent commission on the MLS. So you could still pay, the seller can still pay a buyer's agent, right? If they choose to, they could still, to this point, as of today, they could still choose to pay a buyer's agent. They just can't advertise it as automatically in the MLS, this is the amount you're going to get. For a lot of people, they're pretty upset about this. For a lot of people, they're really happy about this. I think if you're somebody who hates real estate agents, you're going to look at this and think this is a great thing because you're like, well, yeah, they don't do anything. So why should should they be making money automatically 2.5% on all these deals when they're not, if they're just doing nothing. But I think what's going to come out of this is that people are really going to see what the actual value of their real estate agent in particular is, because now it's no longer, hey, I'm just going to go with whatever real estate agent I want, because if I'm as a buyer, I should say, you're not just going to go with whoever you want.
Yeah.
Because now there's a chance that you're going to need to be paying out of your own pocket for that representation, and it's not going to be paid by the seller.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents for now, but I want to hear what you guys think about it and how it's going to change, because again, you guys have been in the industry for a year, and this is literally like
It's crazy.
one of the biggest changes to the industry
We
ever.
came in at a weird time. We came in at a
very
really
weird.
hard time, and then this happened, and now it's gonna be interesting. I think it's good that we started like this, because it's kind of gonna be like all we know. So it's
Yeah.
we're learning from scratch, but at least we're not like starting over kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah, like 20 years in business, then
Right.
boom, this
Yeah.
happens.
What I will say is right now I can't really say like how I feel about it or like what I think will happen. I do think it's going to be a little more difficult, obviously. And I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult for newer agents, kind of like us.
Yeah.
It'll probably be fine for agents that are pretty established and like well into their career and have a lot of like listings.
Yeah.
So I think that that's fine. I also think it's going to weed out a lot of agents.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
said that too.
For sure.
Which I think is not a bad thing
No.
at all. I don't really have like a hard concrete thought on it, but everything's up in the air because I think nobody really knows what's going to happen.
It goes into effect fully
like
supposed to be like July, August time frame. So as of now, it's still business as usual.
Yeah.
But like come July, August, it's going to go into effect and things will change.
Totally.
And to me, it's like I could sit there and get upset about it. I could sit there and be whatever about it. But at the end of the day, like it's happening.
Yeah.
So then what are you going to do with that information now that it's happening? There's so many people that sit there and complain about this over nonstop. This is specifically real estate agents because, which I understand to an extent, like this is the way they feed their family. But there's like, you either adapt or
You're out.
You're out,
Yeah.
you know? So you're either going to overcome this or you're going to not and find a new job. Like that's what I tell. It's like, okay, well, that's fine if you want to complain about it, but like what else are you going to do? I mean,
Yeah. I actually like random, but when we were showing kind of the listing that you had.
yeah.
Which one? The one in Wrigley.
Yeah.
As we were showing, I think Chicago's a lot smaller sometimes than I really think it is. So when we're out and about and meeting a ton of other agents in the city, I feel like we kind of get to know like who they are and know people already by that. Like it's been a year and I feel like I've run into the same like circle.
For sure.
Anyway, we were showing, there was an agent that came in with her clients and we actually knew each other from a previous job, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And she basically was like, yeah, I do this on the side right now, but I think I'm going to quit
Yeah.
after this settlement comes in.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And she was like, there's just no way I'll be able to
Compete.
And I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
bye.
I
don't know
think,
what to say there.
I think in the next couple years, 50 to 65, maybe more % of real estate agents will be out of the business.
Yeah.
That
that's
is
crazy.
a crazy thing to say maybe now. Well, I guess in a few years we'll see if I'm right, but like you have to prove your value.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
So if you're not providing any value to people, they're not going to pay you.
Yeah.
And if you are, then they will pay you.
People always had the option not to use a realtor.
Yeah.
Like
that's
always.
exactly it.
You could see like an interview process for like buyer agents now.
Yeah.
Where like a client might be like, all right, well, I'm going to interview these 5 agents. I'm going to choose like who's going to come in with like the best value and, you know,
For what
look
they're-
out for me.
Yeah. Mhm.
Are they worth the value that they're saying?
Yeah.
So it'll be good. I think it's good. I think it's also one of those things where overanalyzing it does no good for you. Just see how it plays out. It's like the real estate market and everything has to play out and you just have to roll with it.
What I love is people who think that real estate prices will come down because of this lawsuit. And that's the whole crux of this. I think a lot of this comes down to how expensive real estate has gotten. This is kind of like my theory, okay? Real estate prices have gone through the roof, astronomical over the last few years, as is everything, but specifically real estate prices, to the point where people can no longer afford to buy even basic houses. So when that happens, people need somebody to blame. Well, they're never going to point, the government especially, ain't going to point the finger back at themselves and say, well, we artificially slashed interest rates down to, essentially 0% for a few years, which has caused a huge mix up with the whole supply and demand thing. That's a pretty big important factor that comes into all this. So they're never going to point the finger at themselves. So what are they going to do? Oh, well, it's somebody else's fault. It's the real estate agent's fault because they're charging inflated commission prices. Okay, that's fine. Let's go with that argument. So now you have a listing, right? Let's say it's getting listed for $500,000 in a building, okay? $500,000. This is prior to this, lawsuit getting taken into effect. Now, after the lawsuit gets taken into effect, that same exact unit right above it wants to get listed with a different owner, looks the exact same exact unit. You think that owner is now going to say a few months later, oh, well, I don't have to pay a buyer's agent now, so I'm gonna make it
go down in price.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah, that's not happening.
That's happening. You're out of your mind if you.
The
think
current listings now that have been sitting on the market, they're like, oh, they're so excited, like, oh, my inventory's been sitting for way too long. Like this lawsuit's gonna help it. They're never going to change their price. Yeah. They're going to stay at the same price and think it's going to help. And it's going to stay the exact same as it was before.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a different way of going about it. Yeah. I don't think it's going to... I think it's going to
be great.
Be good.
I'm pumped because I know what we do is valuable. 100%. I know it. I
think it's hard for people to see that, though. I think from an outside perspective, it's hard to conceptualize what we actually do and what value we bring to the table when we are in a deal or doing a deal
100%
and working with people, so I think we should talk about that one another time.
But because
it's easy to say, oh, they do nothing.
But honestly, once this lawsuit once everything's kind of taken into effect in July, and I told this to people before, I've had people at family outings and whatever kind of get into it with me. They're like, I could list. I'm like, then do it. And they're like, I could just list my house and do it myself. Then
go for it.
Why? I don't know, and I don't even say it.
They can do that now.
Yeah, I mean it genuinely. Then you should. It's like anything, right? I am paying for a service because I feel like the service is more valuable than what I would spend on it with my time and my resources, right?
Exactly.
You can go fix your own car if you wanted to, but I choose to go take it to a mechanic because they've done it a bunch. And I'm not going to sit there and spend hours upon hours tinkering with my car.
Yeah.
So somebody else is going to do it for me. Same way with selling a house. You can go sell it yourself. Nobody's saying that you can't. But if you say, hey, you know what? I don't want to deal with coordinating showings. I don't want to deal with valuing the house. I've never done it before, so I don't have the proper experience. Then I'll pay a professional to do it. Yeah. It's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think that for us, I think we do a lot of work that we don't get compensated for.
Yeah.
A lot. A little more than I'd like.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's part of the job if you really care about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that with this coming into play, we're going to eliminate a lot of that.
Yeah. 100%. For sure.
All right. Well, that is that.
Yeah. I think that pretty much wraps up episode 5. Yeah. I think we touched on everything that we needed to. Those are the 3 main things that I wanted to talk about today in terms of current events.
That's good.
Oh my God. I just remembered the Foxtrot.
Yeah, why is it
so
still?
sad.
Every time you think about it, it brings up
dagger to the heart.
It does hurt. It does hurt, but just remember, Caleb Williams is our QB.
That's not gonna help her, dude. It's not gonna help.
Thank God.
It's not gonna bring Doms back.
No.
Or Foxtrot. What did you like better, Doms or Foxtrot?
Doms. Okay, you can't compare the two. It's like apples to oranges.
I had been to Doms once and I'd been to Foxtrot.
Doms is a whole ass grocery store.
Yeah.
I never really grocery shop there, but their food. If I didn't want to cook, which happens frequently, I would go there because it's they make it and it's kind of healthy and it tastes really good. And it wasn't that expensive. It was expensive, but if I were to have gone to Chipotle,
it'd be the same.
Same thing. So
just a great option.
Chipotle's quality.
You think it's gone down?
Chipotle's quality.
Gordy thinks Chipotle's quality has gone down.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I'm
Ever
a Chipotle loyalist. So.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
The one at the Wrigley.
We can't tell everybody that one.
What do you mean? Oh yeah. What's the shield? Sorry, I'm keeping it on the low. That's my
Keep it on the low.
Chipotle. They got my name on there.
Yeah.
I like that Chipotle too.
Yeah.
It is a really
wink,
good
wink,
one.
nod.
Yeah, you already said it.
Did I say it? Did I say it like fully?
Yeah, you said. Just say it.
It was. I mean, it's not like it's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's in Wrigleyville. So like, it's not like I said. Yeah, it's kind of like.
It's the last stand. It's the last straw.
But I love that Chipotle, and they love me. Let me tell you that. When I go in there, I get treated like a celebrity.
They do load it up too. The workers in there are great.
And they don't even
shout out to that one.
Shout out that Chipotle.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to end this episode 5 in the books, guys.
Yeah, thanks
Love
for
it.
listening. And if there's any other like questions or what more stuff that we could talk about,
Yeah, if you guys have any
Ideas
questions about anything,
welcome.
Yeah.
But
we love new ideas.
yeah.
And we love you. We love you.
ya.
Love you guys.
Again.